In other news, US President Donald Trump is struggling to find support on his demand for the border wall funding, upping his ante against the Democrats, especially House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. The president has tweeted yet again. Trump tweeted, and I'm quoting now, "Why would Nancy Pelosi leave the country with other Democrats on a 7-day excursion when 800,000 great people are not getting paid? Also, could somebody please explain to Nancy and her big donors in wine country that people working on farms shall have easy access in?" Now, Donald Trump was, of course, referring to his decision to postpone Nancy Pelosi's scheduled trip to Brussels, Afghanistan and Egypt. In a letter to Pelosi, Trump had said that he hopes that she would agree that postponing the public relations event now would be totally appropriate. Let's get in further details now from Nina Maria Potts, joining us now from Washington, D.C. Nina, this, of course, has been a controversy which has caused Donald Trump to make multiple U-turns as far as his comments go on the border wall funding as well. Of course, in the reaction that has come in so far, it seems that Donald Trump continues to lambast those who have been opposing his demand. Give us a sense of where the U.S. shutdown is headed.
Well, it's very hard to predict how long and how far President Trump is prepared to go and how, to what extent the Democrats will stick to their guns. What is true is that the bitterness and acrimony between Nancy Pelosi, the Speaker, and President Trump has become increasingly bitter and contentious and has really kicked up a gear. The row narrowly on Nancy Pelosi's planned trip to Afghanistan comes on another issue that has really got Democrats up in arms today here in Washington, which is claims by President Trump's former lawyer, Michael Cohen, that he was personally directed by President Trump to lie to Congress. This is over President Trump's alleged ambitions for real estate property in Moscow ahead of the presidential election in 2016. Democrats, especially on the House Judiciary Committee, insisting that they will investigate this, get to the bottom of it, accusing President Trump of a series or a history of political obstruction. So I would say that the Nancy Pelosi sort of planned visit and the back and forth between President Trump over cancelling a military plane to Afghanistan, suggesting that she would have to get where she wants to go on a commercial flight, all of that comes against the wider context that really Democrats are gunning for President Trump. And the atmosphere on Capitol Hill is extremely bitter and heated right now.
Indeed. Stay with me, Nina. Trump's Twitter tirade, let's just tell our viewers, did not end there, though. Responding to charges of him asking his former lawyer, Michael Cohen, to lie to the Congress, Trump tweeted, and I'm quoting, "Do not forget, Michael Cohen has already been convicted of perjury and fraud, and as recently as this week, the Wall Street Journal has suggested that he may have stolen tens of thousands of dollars, lying to reduce his jail time. Watch father-in-law." Now, President Trump's former lawyer, Michael Cohen, has said that he paid a small technology company thousands of dollars in 2015 to rig online polls. Cohen said that the payment was made on Trump's direction, and the company was expected to rig the online polls to benefit the president. Nina, even Trump's defense on this matter, the several statements that he has been making, fact checkers have also punched several holes in those claims. Give us a sense also of the reactions that have come in, if any, to those remarks.
Well, I mean, at every juncture in the whole question of possible collusion between the Trump campaign and Russia, in the context of the Mueller investigation, Robert Mueller, of course, was empowered to investigate these claims of collusion with Russia ahead of the presidential election. At every juncture during this investigation, with every surfacing of claims and counterclaims, the question is it enough enough to imagine that President Trump might be on his way out? Is there an exit strategy now underway? To what extent are Democrats going to go after President Trump, and will they go down the route of possible impeachment? There are certainly many Democrats that feel very strongly that these latest claims from Michael Cohen suffice, and that it's now time to really pursue the case against President Trump. I think that the issue here is that it may underestimate exactly how much support President Trump enjoys among his base and among his supporters, who, I mean, if you quoted there President Trump's retweet, claiming that Michael Cohen is actually just trying to negotiate less jail time, and that's why he's making these allegations. I think there is a very simple question out there whether or not this investigation matters at all to President Trump's base and core support, and arguably it doesn't matter one bit to the people that voted for President Trump. Nonetheless, as I alluded to earlier, the Democrats are up in arms. The atmosphere on Capitol Hill has become increasingly contentious. This latest very bitter personal fight with Nancy Pelosi over the government shutdown and her trip to Afghanistan, with Nancy Pelosi accusing President Trump of releasing high security details about her proposed trip to Afghanistan. She called on President Trump to delay his State of the Union speech, which was earmarked for the 29th of January, suggesting that there was no way that he could go ahead with the State of the Union speech, his televised national address, with the current situation in play over the border wall. So I can't emphasize enough the political stalemate, the political gridlock that exists in the United States right now, and of course these allegations fresh from Michael Cohen will increasingly put the spotlight on what the Democrats plan to do in pursuing the case against President Trump.